They're cold, hungry, and desperate to get to Chile, where many have friends or family. But after traveling south for more than a week, these Venezuelans are stranded on the Peruvian side of the border because Chile won't let them in without a passport and residency visa. Mariana SOTO and her 2 small boys are now sleeping on the street, unable to wash, and like almost everyone here, relying on charity for warm clothes and food.
It's impossible to get a passport to Venezuela. I've been trying for 2 years. Until last week, we could enter Chile with our national ID cards as tourists.
But no longer, say Chilean authorities.
They can't continue to pretend they're tourists. The worst thing for migrants is to move to another country without being able to get a work permit or access to social services.
This is the Atacama Desert, where the sun is merciless by day and the nights brutally cold. The Venezuelans are being sent to the Chilean consulate in the nearby Peruvian town of Tacna to apply for a visa. Families with small children are being given priority, but most don't have the required documents, and the process is painfully slow, even chaotic. Carolina and Mario Osorio arrived more than a week ago from the once prosperous Venezuelan city of Maracaibo, where now power, fuel, and food shortages are acute.
We're physically and psychologically worn out. We've no more money and are living out here, but at least we have hope. Back home we have no hope anymore that there'll be any change.
But others have grown impatient. It's easy to miss this tiny sign warning that beyond this point is a minefield. Mines on the Chilean side of the border that have been left over from the days when there were hostilities with neighboring Peru. Now, smugglers and undocumented migrants use this route to try to bypass the legal entry points. And now the Venezuelans, who can't or won't wait for visas to get into Chile, are using it too. Most of the Venezuelans aren't even aware of the dangers of walking through here. Chile's Jesuit migrant service is urging the government to relax rather than tighten restrictions.
There's now hundreds of more Venezuelans stuck on several of our borders with Bolivia too, looking for other ways in. We need to be more flexible or there will be serious consequences.
Back in Tacna, Joanelis and her husband have just arrived with their 2 small children who seem unaware of their precarious surroundings.
The situation in Venezuela is getting worse by the day. Going back is not an option.
As they prepare to spend the night in front of the consulate, thousands of more Venezuelans are reportedly at the Ecuador-Peru border on their way to Chile. A wave of economic refugees that authorities may be trying to control, but cannot stop. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, at the Chile-Peru border.